Hi guys and gals and kittens, and welcome to the AINIRO Magic Show. So in this video I have a Magic Cloudlet with two HTML files, test1 and test2.html. The only difference is that this one is using CustomGPT AI and this one is using AINIRO AI. I want to create this video because I want to show you why you need to be consciously aware of what you are going to use an AI website chatbot for before you actually choose a website chatbot. You see, this test1.html, it includes our AI chatbot. Test2.html includes a CustomGPT chatbot for a good friend of mine who has this training website for AI. So now let's compare these two. I have these two files open in two different browser windows. Here is the AINIRO chatbot. As you can see, when I do a refresh with an empty cache, disable cache, F12 to get this guy up, click network tab and make sure you disable your cache and then click Command R or Control R. You see it downloads 7 HTTP requests, 45 kilobytes of transferred and 74 kilobytes of resources in total, and the finish time is 714 milliseconds, 0.7 seconds. Now if I do the same for CustomGPT chatbot, then it actually takes roughly 4.5 seconds to download. And that is because it contains of 197 HTTP requests and it transfers 3.2 megabytes of resources. Now, if you do the calculator on that, we type 3,200 kilobytes, we divide that by 74. That implies that CustomGPT's AI chatbot initial page load is 43 times larger. Now this is a conscious choice because our chatbot is created to follow the users. You embed it typically on every single web page you have, right? So it's just a button in the bottom right corner of your page. And you can actually see that if you go to AINIRO.io, you see here the button follows me everywhere I go, which is kind of like the whole idea about our chatbot. Now, even if I actually initializes this chatbot, I open it up, still it's downloading 25 HTTP requests and it transfers 783 kilobytes and 1.9 megabytes of resources. So we're still talking about if we divide 197 divided by 25, so CustomGPT is almost 8 times as many HTTP requests as AINIRO. So CustomGPT has a really great chatbot, and Alden is a friend of mine. I mean, the chatbot is awesome, right? And here you can see it has conversation starters and stuff like that, which for the record ours do too, just a slightly different user interface. And ours can be maximized too, but it doesn't initialize at all before you click the button, which is kind of like the big point, which is why it only downloads 7 HTTP requests, while CustomGPT downloads 197. Now to do the math on that, let's type 197 divided by 7. So the initial page load is 28 times as many HTTP requests as the AINIRO. More than 1 order of magnitude size increase if you're counting HTTP requests. So their AI chatbot is awesome, don't get me wrong, but this is not a chatbot you can embed on every single page. If you want to use CustomGPT, you have to have a special landing page for it. Why? Because if you have a website that takes 5 seconds to load by default, which is probably the standard. If you have a WordPress website or something, it probably takes 5 seconds. If you add an additional 5 seconds to that website with a CustomGPT AI chatbot, then that becomes 10 seconds. According to research conducted by Amazon, at that point, you've lost 50% of your clients. That means that every single click you're paying for in Google, which might be, I mean, we're paying like, $2 to $5 per click. Now, if I added a CustomGPT chatbot on our website, that means that basically every single click would be wasted because people would click the Google Ads link. Our website would spend more than 10 seconds to load, and 50% of every single visitor would then click back immediately. And the faster your website loads and initializes to, the higher conversion you get. there is tons and tons and tons and tons of research on this. And realize that I am on a high bandwidth connection here. So imagine how it was if I was on like an old style cell phone and I visited this website, then probably it would take 30 seconds to initialize, while this thing would take 3 seconds, right? So now let me show you once more. F12, disable cache, no filtering, Command R. 7 HTTP requests. Now it finished in 1.34 seconds, but even if we, do 687 milliseconds, I mean, obviously there are variations here, 684, 726. If I do the same with this guy, F12, no cache, then as you can see, it spans 3.7 seconds now. Let's do a couple of more. 5.12 seconds. 4.79 seconds. So basically our chatbot is for the initial page load, which is crucial for search engine optimization, your Google ads, your general web presence in general, is roughly at the very least 5 to 10 times faster than CustomGPT. Now I need to emphasize, CustomGPT is awesome. Okay, we have images and stuff like that. Can you show me an image of Frank? Right, stuff that CustomGPT doesn't have, and we have tons of other features. But even ignoring that, the point being that if you want to use CustomGPT, you actually have to create a special landing page. There's absolutely no way to get around it. Otherwise, your website is drowning in HTTP requests and your entire web presence hurt as a consequence of that. With our chatbot, you can embed it on every single page you have in your CMS, which means that the chatbot will follow you around wherever you go. Like you see here, you go to AINIRO.io, I click AI chatbot, still have the chatbot, right? I go to one of our blogs, right? Still have the AI chatbot. And even conversations will follow me around such that, where is the purchase URL? Right now, if I ask this question and I actually click this link here now, and I open up the chatbot, you will see it actually continues the conversation. So it becomes a conversational web journey type of AI chatbot. There's absolutely no way you can do that with CustomGPT. Before I let you go, I want to emphasize and demonstrate what that actually implies for my website. So on my clipboard, I have the original website where I actually got the CustomGPT chatbot. It's a friend of mine, Chris. Fantastic website, amazing. However, if I try to load this website now, this is standard WordPress website. Then it takes 10 seconds before I can even see any UI whatsoever, 10.72 seconds. If Chris bought Google Ads for this website now, we would be wasting 50% of his Google Ads budget, which means it's impossible to link users to this website from a Google ad, right? And you can actually see that too by realizing that now it's downloading 303 HTTP requests. It takes 10.72 seconds to load, 6.7 megabytes, 8.4 megabytes of resources. Now, if you go to AIOnlineclassroom.com, you will see that Chris is consciously actually aware of this. So he doesn't actually embed the chatbot on his website because there's no way he can. Well, actually, he kind of did, which is why the website spends 10 seconds, more than 10 seconds to load. It's still not done. I mean, 22 seconds, 22.11 seconds. DOM content load was 9.33 seconds. So if Chris had Google Ads for this particular web page, he would actually pay twice as much for each impression of his website compared to if he had our. And let me just demonstrate that by doing a refresh of our website. 2.34 seconds. And it still has the chatbot, right? So the numbers becomes a little bit skewed. Yeah, 1.16 seconds. 1.19 seconds, 65 HTTP requests, 1.5 megabytes, 67 HTTP requests, 1.06 seconds. Do the same with Chris's website here. 303 HTTP requests and more than 10 seconds. Still not done. I still can't even see the web page. That means that first visitor impression for this particular website is more than 10 seconds. Now for Chris, that doesn't really matter that much because this is a website he is promoting to his friends and, you know, his close associates, and we all love Chris, so we don't really care that it takes, you know, 10 to 20 seconds to load this page. We're still going to have the patience to actually wait for it. But if you have a random visitor coming in through Google Ads, you've lost them long time ago. Anyways, thanks for watching.